All right, folks, we're back. Hang on just a second. Hang on. We're back. Got to turn the volume down. Forgot the volume on this one phone. Good morning from the office. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. Hold on a minute. Online morning show. I was talking to a state representative on the phone here, asking a question, getting some text messages. If you would like to contact the show, 706-889-9700. Right there is the way you contact the show at any time whatsoever, 24/7. There are all the ways to follow us on social media. Now, we have several new tweets out by the president this morning. So let's go to the Twitter deck. Let's start with this morning. Today, okay, Nick Sandmann and the students of Covington have become symbols of fake news and how evil it can be. They have captivated the attention of the world, and I know they will use it for good, maybe even to bring people together. It started off unpleasant, but can end in a dream. So let's go back to the hat. All right. Now, let's go to the hat. Number, I had that up there. I forget which one. There you go. Thanks, Josh. There's number 5. Okay. And let's go from number 5. This is the new Confederate flag. If you own this hat, you are basically putting on to the media the Confederate flag. You're sending a message. All right. If you wear this hat at any time, if you go to any activity, the media puts you in the radar. Now, you may think this does not happen, but there's really these newsrooms. There happens to be these things called newsrooms. Mm-hmm. And in these newsrooms, the chief there, the big boss, okay, is instructing these young, bright journalism students to identify this hat. Now, I will guarantee something. I have never been in one of those rooms. I've never been in a Fox News, and I'm not going to exempt Fox News on this. I've never been in a Fox News, an MSNBC, a CBS, all the above, all right? Never been in one of their staff meetings. But let's say it's the Sanctity of Life, it's the pro-life Sanctity of Life weekend, and it's the march, okay? So on all the newsrooms, they are setting up their coverage, okay? Everything now, these people are instructed to zero in on this hat. So if you show up to anything and you're wearing this hat, they're keeping an extra eye on you. They are going to look to see if you make an arm movement that looks like it's aggressive. They are going to key in to see if you say anything that sounds aggressive. It doesn't matter. They're going to key on you. That is the symbol they watch for in a crowd. Now, we go here to number 3. Go to number 3. And the kid is wearing that hat. I should have actually shown a picture. But the kid is wearing this hat, okay? And it's because of the hat, the Confederate flag, the new Confederate flag of America there. Because of that hat. And that hat alone. Okay, yes, if you put the hat, and then he's white, and he's male, you start adding everything up, okay? You start adding everything up. It's like going to the casino. You know, you pull the arm, and the hat is first. Then you get a second and a third hat, you hit the jackpot. So if you got the hat, and then you have somebody white, and he's male, right? That's getting right across there. That's 3 cherries right there. okay? But the kid has the hat on. It's not what he says. It's not what he does. It's not anything with his actions. He's wearing the hat. Now, immediately, I left this alone because I'm thinking Saturday and Sunday, I'm thinking, okay, I'm starting to watch this. I'm thinking, there's something not right with this. So yesterday we learned, right? We learned that, and we go here, and that's Daniel Salmon, Catholic school kid. Now, what did I tell you yesterday, okay? They're looking for this. They're setting these kids up on purpose. Because the March for Life has the Catholic kids there, all right? And if you go to Catholic school with anywhere close to D.C., Kentucky's not that far. It's not a big drive from Kentucky. But I tell you what, if you're on the East Coast, somewhere around the Northeast, all right, you would have went there to that March for Life with Catholic schools from Boston, busloads of kids. All right? You're attending Catholic school, you're loading up on the bus, and you're headed to Washington, D.C. So these Catholic kids all leave, all right? They all leave Kentucky, and they're headed down Covington Catholic, right? Headed up there to D.C. for the March for Life. And these people are roaming all over. Now, I did not take a picture of the Hebrew Israelites, whatever they are, the black group that was taunting and yelling at them, okay? We know all that now, taunting and yelling at them. And we end up with this guy, the aggressor in the group, number 6. And this guy has his own Wikipedia page. Nathan Phillips. Now, the media immediately treated this guy like a Native American that was being taunted and being harassed by kids. The media ran with this story. No facts whatsoever. And they all did this story. I mean, there was a time when only like TMZ would do this story. It is getting pretty sad where you got to watch TMZ maybe to find out truly what happens at some of these things. It's pretty bad. But everybody jumped this. ABC, CBS, every one of them. And I tell you, this right here is a good way to show your friends, and you trust them for what? You trust them to tell you Trump did what? You trust them, the sources. So this guy, Nathan Phillips, has his own Wikipedia page, Nathan Phillips, and on the Wikipedia page, it says Nathan Phillips, activist. He is an activist. See, they knew that. The media knew that. They show up and they will say like, okay, watch that hat. And let's keep an eye on Phillips, all right? Activist. Phillips was in the news in Michigan in 2015 when a group of students from Eastern Michigan University allegedly harassed him. Allegedly harassed him. That was in 2015. A group of students, okay? This is a group of students also. Interesting, okay? Phillips, as a former director of the National Youth Alliance, a group that works to ensure traditional culture and spiritual ways, leads annual ceremonies honoring Native American war veterans, and the Guardian called him a well-known Native American activist who was among those leading the Standing Rock protest in 2016 and 17 against the construction of an oil pipeline in North Dakota. Another January 2019 article in Washington Post described Phillips as a veteran in the indigent rights movement. So this guy is an activist. His Wikipedia page, he's an activist. It's been said that in 2015, Eastern Michigan University allegedly harassed him, students there. So the media jumped all over this for no other reason, okay? Now they can have, let's go back to the kid in him, okay? Now they could have, and I thought about doing this and I didn't, they could have all the rallies, Farrakhan. They can all have all the rallies where they, you know, Whoopi Goldberg and Trump is bleeding, and they can have all the rallies where they scream to kill Trump. They can have all the rallies that are so radical. They can have rallies where they're wearing female genitalia on their head. This is a group of kids from Kentucky, man, that went to a March for Life. They've never seen this stuff. They don't know what they did. They got off a school bus, damn it. They just got off a school bus. Next thing you know, they get off school bus. These three black guys are yelling at them with a Bible and yelling, you know, fags and homos and fag. I'm serious. You got to watch this stuff. I don't even want to put it up because of some of the things they say. And they're yelling, all right, and inbred and everything like that. And these kids are just kids. They're like, what's going on, man? And the next thing you know, this guy says, hey, I can get in the news. And that they did. Why? Because the kid was wearing the hat. If this kid would have been wearing genitalia-shaped headgear, nothing would have happened. If this kid would have been wearing a hat saying beer drinkers make better lovers, nothing would have happened. I'm telling you, if this kid was wearing a Gillette hat that said Gillette, you know, nothing would have happened. So, were you waiting this morning? Howard Dean, what did Howard Dean say? You know Howard Dean, number 12. Howard Dean, former governor of where? Vermont, right? Was it Vermont? Howard Dean. Covington Catholic High School seems like a hate factory to me. Why not just close it? A hate factory. All over the hat. Hey, look, I'm just telling you right now, I think, you know, that story alone, every network's chief, I mean, there should be screaming in a newsroom, what the hell are we doing? When did we get away from verifying a story? When did we get away from finding out what the hell happened? When did we just start running as fast as we can to break all this news over a kid standing with a hat on, face to face with a Native American with a drum? Where did we get this story? What would ever cause this newsroom? I mean, there should be a chief of the news in there with a bunch of kids screaming. What would ever cause this newsroom to go down the road like this? What has happened to the quality? What has happened to what we do, what we bring the people? No. How come every network didn't open up with the chief looking right in the camera and saying, yesterday, our network brought you a story. Brought you a story about some young Catholic students, okay? Young Catholic students at the March for Life wearing MAGA hats, and a Native American activist, before finding out the full details of what took place, our network ran a story. We ran a story saying that this young man was disrespectful. We ran multiple stories that showed this kid being, we want to apologize. That's not who we are. That's not who we are. We got it wrong. We have to get it right. How could we ever come to you with any credible breaking news and you respect our source? So from me to you, we apologize. Our staff has been corrected. Some of our staff is no longer here. But we want it to be when you turn on channel so-and-so and we run a story, you know that we've done the due diligence and we've reviewed everything and we're bringing you the truth in that story, not sensationalized news any longer at this network. Anybody? Any takers? Any takers? I am sitting on a story on FetcherNews.com. I am sitting on a story that's a month old. I am sitting on a story that if I put in today's journalistic standards, okay, I can run the story. And I feel good I could take this story and go with it. And I feel good the story will blow up. And I feel good our website will go through the roof because people want to know what happened in this story. But I can't confirm everything in the story. And I refuse for our network to open up saying, if it is true. Now, this is an opinion show I do for 2 hours. But when you go to FetcherNews.com, I will look at you at the camera this morning. When you go to FetcherNews.com's website, not this show, it's a 2-hour opinion show I do. But you go to our website, I guarantee you, because there's people that are not here any longer, I guarantee you the value of the news that's put out, no matter what county it is accurate. And I have always, and people know that, I have always been open for people to contact me if they feel a story is not accurate, and I will personally review and look into it. This network, our website, FetcherNews.com, as long as I'm the CEO, will never run stories if it's true. It's sad that we've gotten into an NBC, CBS, ABC, all of these no good networks that are worthless, that run stories and start if it is true and sources. We've run some pretty decent sized news stories here at FetcherNews.com. The majority of all of those news stories pertain to North Georgia. But I'll guarantee you this, we don't open a story saying if it's true, and we don't open a story with only sources. If we have fact, and we have some sources, and we can put the story together. I'm sitting on a story now that I've only got sources, but I know sitting here looking at the camera, I could run with it and feel good, but I'm not able to look at you out there and say, hey, I know it's correct. I'm going to take a break. I hope those kids are doing well. Nothing like having a good story where you can bring in some Catholic kids. Take a break.